I'm curious, is Bish's RV all that everybody says it is? So we're gonna go check out a Bish's RV because we don't have them down in Florida. And we're gonna basically walk through and take a look at the buying experience there and see everything that Bish's RV has to offer. What do you have?
I have a hand warmer. I found one in the car.
It is brisk.
It is brisk.
It's honestly, it is not as cold as it was when we were filming RV Unplugged Season 2 for some of the days.
But I'm not prepared with amped up for cold. I'm just like, It's just regular day living.
I think the temperature is colder than it was at RV Unplugged Season 2, but we had wind whipping, which made it really, really bad.
Huge difference.
So anyway, we're going off on an adventure today. It is Friday, and we are actually going to head over to Coldwater, Michigan, because I'm curious, is Bish's RV all that everybody says it is? So we're gonna go check out a Bish's RV because we don't have them down in Florida. And we're gonna basically walk through and take a look at the buying experience there and see everything that Bish's RV has to offer.
Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy campers.
And after losing a combined weight of more than 200 pounds,
we realized we had so much more energy for activities.
Come along with us as we explore the great outdoors.
And join us on a brand new chilly adventure.
It's funny because it's cold out today and we're heading to Coldwater, Michigan.
I hope that Coldwater, Michigan is warmer than 39 degrees right now.
You know, people talk about, RVs and they need to handle the roads. Driving up here has made me really appreciate Florida roads. I'm always complaining about Florida roads.
Constantly complaining about Florida.
But we don't have the cold.
No.
Which causes the ground to move and shift, which causes the cracks in the pavements. I mean, we just got off of, I think it was I-80, driving over here, and it is so bumpy.
It is.
And you think about RVs, like all of the RVs that we're purchasing are driving on those roads to get to the dealership. So it goes back to the dealerships have to do good PDIs.
They have
because
to.
The factory could send out a perfect unit. And I think Alliance is really doing a great job.
Earthquake machine.
Make sure that when it leaves the factory, it's in amazing condition. But then it has to drive 1,000, 2,000 miles to your location.
Right.
And it's driving on these roads. So things are probably going to shake loose. Screws are going to come out. And so I think that we really have to, when we're purchasing units, make sure we're inspecting them, make sure the dealer is doing a really good PDI. And that is, once again, welcome to Michigan.
Pure Michigan.
That is another reason why you absolutely need to hire a licensed, certified RV inspector to inspect the unit, even if it's a brand new unit, because it just traveled 1,000 miles on that bumpy road. And when you consider the wind and the speed and all of that, that's going to affect things.
It's worth the investment.
It looks different than I thought it would. I don't know what I was expecting.
It's super cute. It reminds me of like a set on the Brady Bunch.
As soon as you drive in, so, you know, you're used to driving to someplace like Camping World or General RV or Lazy Days.
Very
where
homey.
It's this very like mazy kind of look and gates everywhere. And here you just drive in off the main street. There's no gates. It screams family as soon as you drive in, including the big Bish's sign right out here in front.
There's a basketball hoop like in this front main area, lots of seating outside. I would camp here in their parking lots.
Well, let's head inside and see what is it like to shop at Bish's RV.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It's cold. Hey, good to see you in person.
No, that's Rachel.
I don't hug a fellow's wife. That's a good way to get yourself in trouble. What's going on?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, Josh looks exactly the way he looks on video.
I'm just a 3D print.
He is absolutely a 3D print. Super, super awesome. You have the most warm, welcoming storefront here. We decided we would just go ahead and camp here in this parking lot. Usually when you drive onto an RV lot, it's just like gates.
You can do that, but I get to sleep in your pass-through bag.
Right, absolutely. Anytime,
you can in the sides of the one in the 294 arcade.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Nice,
We
congratulations.
did. Okay, so we just walked into Bish's RV and we want to have like the whole like Bish's shopping experience. So we grabbed Jesse, who is probably a little bit nervous at like our craziness. But if we were coming in and shopping for a couple's camper, where would you have us head first?
Head first on our lot, I'd definitely probably go towards our Rockwoods.
Okay.
That's what I love our Rockwoods. That's our Rockwoods Cougars on our lot are probably definitely one of my favorite couples campers.
Awesome.
So when someone comes in and says, I want an RV, what do you sit down and go, let's figure out what kind you want? Or do you usually only have someone come in and go, this is what I want already?
No, that's what we have a process we go through. Obviously, we'll sit down, try to figure out a game plan.
So what are some of the questions you would ask them?
How many you're going to sleep, where you're camping at, how you're going to use it, where you're towing it. Really just...
Wait, can we back up? What was that last question?
What you're going to tow with.
That's an important thing to ask.
Muy importante.
That right there, like, sets you apart from so many places.
Yeah, that's what, definitely if, that way we know what you're towing with, so we know your payload, your towing capacity, so we're not going to put you something that's not going to be able to tow what we're going to set you up with.
Yeah, so many times when we first started looking at RVs, we'd walk in and they'd never ask that. They'd be like, so long as you have an F-150, you can tow pretty much anything on this lot.
Yeah. That's not how it goes. That's why you can have F-150 with a 2.7 in it. That's not gonna be able to tow some of the stuff we have out here. So
awesome. All right, well, let's go check out one of those that you mentioned on the lot and just see what are some of the features if someone is just like a couple like us and we're just looking for an RV, what looks good.
Sounds good.
So tell us a little bit as we're walking, tell us a little bit about Bish's. What sets Bish's apart from the place right down the street?
Bish is definitely, I mean, we got 23 locations across the U.S. We have lifetime winterizations, annual inspections for free. It's part of our Diamond Club membership that we give you with every new or used. We have a new Bish fix. It's definitely the first dealership to offer something like that.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, what is
Bish
that?
fix is going to be, it's like it's a hotline. 1-866 Bish fix. For the first year, you call up. You're going to talk to any of our. We got some techs that are out of Meridian, Idaho. They'll call up, talk to them. They're sitting in a little office, and they almost FaceTime you.
Nice.
So you can talk to them, say, "Hey, my fridge isn't working right." So they can get on FaceTime. You can get kind of some answered there. And if they can't get it to work over that, then they'll get the part numbers, get everything all figured out with that.
And that's going to save so much time because I'm not going to have to bring down my entire trailer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to have to hire an RV tech like right off the bat. Like I can probably troubleshoot a lot of things just by calling up.
It sounds like that Just Answer thing. We've used that a couple times, like where you go online and you pay like $25 and they help you diagnose it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is if you're still under warranty and all that, that's what they can either get it sent directly to your house or get it sent to a mobile tech or the local dealership, so they can get the tech to get it fixed for you, or so
I bet you that saves a lot of people having to go back into the store for silly things. Like, so we've got our brand new Delta Alliance 294RK.
Yeah.
And we had a little issue on like the second night. I all of a sudden my outlets weren't working. Now it turned out it was something I did.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was the TV wasn't working. All the GFI outlets weren't working. I went and I checked the GFI outlet. It wasn't popped or anything. Well, it turns out when I was trying to check for some wires, it has its own breaker. I flipped the breaker off. But the average person may not know that, and they'd start calling their dealer. Well, here, somebody right on the phone could say, let's go check the breaker.
Exactly. And that's the thing is, like, instead of having to sit here for, up to 70 days getting diagnosed, going through warranty and all that, you can have it all diagnosed over the phone and bring it in and, have a turnaround day of time of like 3 days instead of 70 days.
Wow.
So keep it out of RV jail.
That's
what we call it.
RV jail.
So what are we looking at here?
So this is a Rockwood. This is a 2614 BS. So this is definitely one of my favorites.
Well, I can tell you Rachel would like it right away because it's got 2 doors.
Two doors.
2 doors, outdoor kitchen. So Rockwoods are my favorite just because they do have the Dexter Torque Flex axles on them. So independent suspension.
Oh, wow. This is
tires.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You have the bed slide as well.
I've never seen a layout like this.
I have never seen a layout like this either. This is awesome. So what are some things for like a couples camper that if I'm a new person to it and I just want to start camping, that should probably be a priority on my list?
For a couples camper? Definitely, I mean, all depends on your seating. If you want seating, do you want a dinette? How long do you want it to be? Obviously, your weight range. What are your priorities? What do you want to do with it? I mean, we can go, down to a small Jayco 195 RB that's no slides, just a simple walk-around queen bed with a small dinette.
It's funny you bring that one up. That RV is honestly what got us into RVing. We almost bought it.
Yeah.
We were supposed to buy that particular unit. We had it on order with RV1, which now became Blue Compass. And then all the COVID shortages happened, and they called us and they're like, listen, it's going to be delayed 3 months and the price is probably going to go up. So we ended up canceling it and ended up buying a used Grand Design.
At first,
she loved that RV because of the no slides.
because I was afraid.
of slides.
Do you find that people, when they're starting out, maybe a little bit afraid of some of the bells and whistles on things?
Yeah, that, and they get freaked out about having a slide.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh, I heard slides are going to leak and everything else," and it's like, there's maybe back in the day,
right?
But it's like, you don't really hear about that anymore. I mean, it's old wives' tales.
That's so true. And that's what we found as well. We've never had an issue, but I mean, I really had to be calmed down the ledge, like that there would be, devices that we could hang crank it, closed if need be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wondered, like, where did that, is it like the man with the golden arm? It's like a campfire story that started somewhere.
Well, years ago, you had to have
movies are
slide
free.
supports because they would start hanging a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think they're built differently. But it really comes down to what is the slide mechanism? Like making sure you get the right one. Like, what is this? Is this using rack and pinion?
Rack and pinion.
Yeah, which I personally think is the best slide mechanism you can get.
What do you think
And then even this has the crank. If it does lose power, you can still crank it in and out.
And that calms down some crazy person like me. What is something that people think that they want, but probably they don't actually want?
It really, like, solar. Solar is a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, "Oh, I need all this solar on it," and it's like, really? I was like, what are you going to do with it? Because 200 watts of solar, yes,
it's not going to do
nice.
much.
It's not going to do much. Realistically, your 12-volt fridge is like going to take 160 to 170 watts of solar, and it's going to work. But in the long run, cost-wise, your generator is going to do everything you want to do, but your solar's.
As contestants from season 2 of RV Unplugged, I have to say it's not so much about the solar, it's the amount of batteries you have.
Oh, yeah.
The batteries are much more important. That's what's going to run an inverter. That's what's going to really make sure. I mean, in the RV that we had before we got our new Alliance, we had 15,300 watts of battery power. So we could run our air conditioner for 3 days intermittently.
Yeah.
The solar was great. We had 1,600 watts of solar, but it couldn't keep the unit filled because that's based on if you have 100% sun the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get that for 30 minutes of the day.
But what's nice is somebody like Jesse's going to ask me questions about, like, what are my actual needs? Where are you planning on camping? Because, like, I have a girlfriend. They have never camped outside of, like, Fort Wilderness, Disney World. Yeah. Trust me, they have a full hookup.
What would you recommend they be driving to tow this?
This, I mean, definitely, it's up there in your. I think this is like 6,700 pounds. Let's see, 6,900 pounds.
So you're right at the edge of a half ton.
Yep, half ton. That's what, obviously a 3/4 ton is definitely going to be your best option for this. I mean, you're never going to have an issue with it. But your half tons now that like the 6.2 Chevys or even like the upper EcoBoost, I mean, you can definitely do it, but all depends on your travel.
Yeah.
That's if you're going cross country through mountains and all that.
And how much are you going to load in here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to overload it, but obviously something like this, you do have the capacity in here to live in it. So
it's always interesting to me to see, like, the decor, and I bet you've seen so many changes.
Storage behind there as
oh
well.
My gosh, look at this hideaway storage.
Now, we have hideaway storage in our Alliance, but I have to tell you, like, I almost want to send a picture of this to Eric over there at Alliance and be like, this TV mount? Yeah, but think about, like, the TV mount we have on ours. It's on that swivel and you got to pull it out and tilt it to get to that storage. This is an awesome TV mount. Eric, if you're watching this, let's switch over the 294 to this.
That is really cool. But yeah, I bet you've seen all kinds of different trends in, like, decorating.
Oh, yeah.
We're truly seeing a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Like, before, your grandpa's couple camper was like dark mahogany, made everything look like it was so tiny.
You got a little mini pantry there. That's something you don't see in these shorter couples campers.
Oh my gracious. Okay, so Jesse did not steer us wrong.
No, that's what I love the Rockwoods.
It would be hard to find a one that's nicer.
There's got to be something missing here. What about storage?
Yeah.
Storage.
Is
exterior storage on this is a little scarce.
Yeah.
But That's why you do have a lot of interior storage, but you do have the outdoor kitchen on this as well. So
Cool.
that's what the only downfall on the Rockwoods, I would say, is exterior storage. But you do have the access from the outside.
Yeah, we always say you have to give up something to get something.
Exactly.
You know, we gained a lot of things in our new RV, but one thing that we got rid of that I'm not super happy with is dual sewers.
Yeah.
Because we have a rear kitchen. So you have a sewer tank in the back, and then you have another one up to the front. So now you need 2 hookups.
Yeah.
You know, but it's what are you willing to give up, for example, that to get other upgrades?
Yeah, so this is a dual opposing slide, 271 RL, Heritage Glen.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So
my
this is
goodness.
a 2023 model, but the new 24s are actually got a full fiberglass roof on them.
Oh, this reminds me of the 292 RL.
If you're looking for a center island kitchen, this really feels nice and residential. And we're starting to see more of that where it's like, it's not a fifth wheel.
Yeah.
It's a pull behind travel trailer, but it feels like a fifth wheel.
Wait a
yeah.
second. Wait a
Fifth wheel
second. Wait a
layout.
second. Come over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put your hand
huge
on that
pantry.
handle.
Nuh-uh. Are you
Whoa.
serious? What is this? A room for Harry Potter? Does he lay down right in
Wow,
here?
that is really nice.
Oh my gosh.
That is really nice.
That's incredible.
Yeah, huge pantry in there. So you'll have the barrel ceiling in here.
Yeah, it's very roomy
That's what-
in here.
Yeah, the Heritage Glen, they do a lot of nice trim pieces in here. Like they actually use nice hardwood trim here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just a normal trim.
Oh my gracious, this is gorgeous. So what do you think personally about dining? We see everything. I'm starting to see things where, you sit at the counter. That's what we have now is 2 benches. You have these more residential looking chairs and table outfit. And then you have, of course, the dinette. What do you find people are looking for most recently?
Oh, it really all depends. That's what it really. A lot of people love the table and chairs, and then you get families that like the U-shaped dinettes. That way, they can fit more people around the dinette. Usually, couples, older couples, they enjoy the table and chairs. So it really varies.
Yeah, for preference. That's nice that they have different things to offer.
So Jesse, you mentioned you were an RVer.
Oh yeah,
Do you think that comes into play when you're dealing with a new client, a new customer? Does
definitely
you think-
helps.
does it help?
yeah,
Do you see a lot of salespeople in the RV industry who've never camped?
yeah, yeah. There's like here. I mean, we have a few that camp, here and there, but we have only a couple here that have actually, camped regular. So that's why I did seasonal for about 7 years and camped about every other weekend for about 3 years before that. So I was a pretty avid camper. So that kind of really got me into this industry because when I was camping seasonal, it seems like everyone came to me like asking questions about it. And I was like, everyone's asked me about these things. Why don't I go and try to sell it?
I'm glad you did. And I mean, before we started this recording, we were talking off camera about packing too much and how that's kind of a learned thing. I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm trying to be more of a minimalist in our new camper, but we were just sharing that kind of shared experience that you think you need all of these things and you don't need nearly as much.
When I sold my camper and moved into a house, that's what I was like. I didn't realize how much stuff I packed into my camper that I was like, wow, it's amazing that I didn't even realize I had this much in here.
Okay, so walk us through the next process. Let's say we want to buy this RV. What would be the next step?
Then we'd walk back inside and get your IDs and sit down and do some paperwork. Obviously, we'd write down some numbers, kind of figure out where you want to be with the monthly payment and how much money you want to put down on it. And then if all figures agreeable, then...
Now, where is Bish's when it comes to... You give us a price. I don't know what's the price on this unit. Do you know what the price on this unit is?
This one's $46,983.
So
It's actually a great deal.
what are we adding on to that? Like, what are all the things that are gonna? No, I'm not talking about warranties, but what are all the figures that aren't on that paper right now?
We don't have any hidden fees, so we're just
So it's that plus tax, tag,
title. We have
title.
a dock fee of $280
Okay, that's normal.
or $260. Sorry. And then none of these come with batteries on them. I mean, there's some that do have batteries, like Embers and.
We just picked up a brand new RV that didn't have a battery.
Yeah.
So fortunately,
Exactly.
I actually had a battery on the back seat because I forgot about that.
Exactly.
I forgot, I don't have a battery. And I have 4 batteries that have to go in, but I'm not quite ready to wire 4 batteries under my bed yet. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so really, I mean, it really all depends on what kind of battery you want for it. But it's just tax title with a dock fee.
So no PDI fee,
no
none
PDI,
of that stuff.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, I recently was talking to somebody on a Facebook group, and they were looking at a unit at a dealership, and they said, well, they want to have an inspector come and look at it, and I wanted to ask you guys about this because this particular dealership said if you want an inspector, and I know Josh has mentioned to us that you guys do require one of your techs to usually walk around with the inspector so they can see what the inspector
That makes
sees.
sense.
But this particular dealership said the inspector cannot turn on the propane. The inspector cannot go on the roof, and they had to pay $200 per hour for their tech to walk around with the inspector. Is that something that Bish's does as well?
Really? No. That's what I actually had a customer call yesterday asking about the same thing, about if I have, purchased a camper here, if I have an inspector come, what are you going to charge me? He just talked to someone, they were going to charge him $500 to $1,000 to hook up the power and the propane and the water to the camper for the inspector. And it's like, no. It's like, obviously we'll hook up the power and the water to it and have the inspector do it, but the inspector can sit out here, obviously outside, and do his job for the 5 to 8 hours that it takes to do the full inspection. But that's totally up to the inspector. That's a third party inspector, and we'll leave a spot for him to do his job outside, and
it helps you guys in the end because if they find problems, you don't have that customer coming back to you later going,
I didn't
hey,
know.
look at all
There's a
these
problem.
problems. You need to come back and fix it. You
Exactly.
can fix it right off the bat when the inspector goes, hey, I found these things. Even if the person doesn't buy the RV, at least you now know there may be some things that you guys need to address before you sell it to somebody else.
Yeah.
So it benefits you as a dealership.
Oh, exactly. That's what every camper that comes in here, that's what we have a pre-inspection done as well. So we have a tech go out when it gets brought in from factory, and they'll do a full check on it as well.
Because just riding down some of these roads, we just experienced that road from Elkhart to over here, man. Yeah, I'm watching my bikes in my rearview mirror going, those things are bouncing.
Yeah, you're taking a house down a nasty road.
Yeah.
So it's really, everything will come loose. So
no hidden fees, anything like that. We settle on a price, no different price if we're cash over finance, any of that kind of nonsense.
No, obviously, finance is always best, but won't bat our eye if you want to pay cash either. But no, that's what we'll give you a full hour-long orientation. So you come in here, figure at least, possible 2 to 3 hours with do paperwork and all that when you come to pick it up. So if you do get a hitch and everything, we'll hook up your hitch as you're doing your orientation. So we'll give you a full hour-long orientation with a tech. He'll walk you through top to bottom, front to back, show you how to take care of it, how to work everything. And then they'll get you hooked up to your truck with the hitch and give you a full orientation on the hitch. And
nice.
So with Bish's, it's a multi-day process usually, at least a day to find it and then another day for the actual pickup?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not like car buying, obviously we try to, there's sometimes you can get it done all in one day, but realistically it's try to get it done within 3 days.
That's good to know, because again, if you've got newbies like us when we were buying it, that is exactly the image that we had in our brain. This is a car.
Oh yeah.
It's not a car. Yeah. And you also need to, I appreciate the fact that you guys have an extensive walkthrough process, because you may not know how to turn things on, like what levers go where. So just knowing that I'm budgeting 2 or 3 hours, not for that painful back room experience where someone's trying to pressure you to buy things. No, the 2 to 3 hours is so that you know how to use what you just bought.
Exactly. That's what, if you have any questions at that time, that's what the tech will answer any questions for you. Or if he doesn't answer them, ask one of us. Ask Josh, RV nerd. He'll answer them if he's here. If he's traveling all over the place, who knows? But normally, if you have any questions, we'll try to answer them for you.
Wow.
So the last question, you mentioned the Bish fix. So after the sale,
Yep.
Do you guys just sign off and say goodbye?
No.
We got our money. Like if somebody needs warranty work, let's say they can't, it can't be settled over the phone with Bish Fix. Like how are you guys with service? Do you service only the customers who are still trying to buy the RV first and then handle your old customers, or is everybody treated equally?
Yeah, we try to treat everyone equally. That's what we have, full service dealership here, so that's what we try to take care of everyone equally as well.
And can they go to any Bishes? Like, let's say you buy here and then you move to Utah.
Yeah.
Will the Bishes in Utah service your RV even though you didn't buy it from them?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Any Bish will take care of you. That's what we'll definitely try to service you any way possible. But that's what like I said, if it's a warranty, like you say you bought a Grand Design from Iowa and you brought it here, so that's some parts we may not have on hand. So we'll have to get them on order. But luckily, we're not that far from all the manufacturers. So if you brought it here, might be in better luck than.
And then you have the Bish Fix, which maybe they can get it ordered ahead of time, and so it doesn't have to sit here the whole time.
Correct.
Now, what if somebody's got like a problem with the RV that's stopping them from camping? You know, some of these issues, you can continue to camp. Maybe just your stove's not going to work for a little while. Do you try to prioritize things that keep people off the road over the small things like that?
Yeah, that's what if you have something that's
like
not
slides
gonna
completely broken and can't go in and out, you're gonna prioritize that.
Yeah,
over
that's
the
what if you
things.
if you can't camp and you need your camper now, obviously we're gonna kind of get you ahead of the line to get you out camping again. That's what we're gonna get you out. Obviously with Bish Fix as well, they're gonna get someone out there priority.
How many service bays do you guys have here?
Here we have, I do believe we have 8 out here now.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice for a small dealership.
Oh yeah, that's what at all our other dealers. I mean, we range between 3 to like Meridian has. I don't even know how Meridian has, but they have quite a few. I think they have like 14 or something like that.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I haven't been out to Meridian yet, but they said it's pretty amazing.
Man. Well, thank you so much, Jesse.
No problem.
So
Thank you.
It's nice to just kind of have a feel. If you're in the area, you're looking for a new RV, come to Bish's. It's a very comfortable atmosphere. I gotta say, as soon as we drove in, it was unlike a lot of dealerships that we've been to, especially back in Florida, where it's just like metal bars, not super welcoming. But here we felt right at home just driving onto the campus. So take a look at Bish's RV. There's many locations ready to serve you.
Now I have to say we are so impressed with the whole Bish Fix idea, because I honestly think the Bish Fix idea could change the RV industry.
Yes.
To have something like a just answer kind of thing where somebody can call up, talk to a mobile tech, possibly get their problems diagnosed and fixed without ever going in. I'm super excited for that. And we have actually arranged with Bish's RV to get a year of the Bish Fix, and we're going to test it out. So we're actually going to test it out. We're under warranty on our brand new Alliance. So what we're going to do is if we have problems with our RV, we're going to push it through the Bish Fix program and see, do they handle it properly? And I'm a handy person. And so what we're going to do is, if I don't think Rachel can fix it.
So that's wide open. That's a lot.
So if I don't think Rachel can fix it or diagnose it, we're going to call in. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you hit the bell button so that you're notified videos, because over the next year, we're going to really put the Bish Fix test program to the test and let you guys know how does it really work. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, do us a favor, please hit that like button down below. It really does help build the channel. It also lets us know what kind of videos you guys are looking to see.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell button. And that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Happy camping.